We know how sensitive politics are, and we know the question of how countries fit together or don't is a very sensitive matter, especially when you get to Russia and Ukraine. And there is a real conflict there, and one of the things we'll talk about is that conflict. And in a way, the south of Ukraine feels directly into it. It's the south of Ukraine, and yet the main language spoken overwhelmingly is Russian. Why is that? I think the countries fit together and the tours fit together because for most of the last 1200 years, they were part of one landscape. There weren't separate countries. They were part of one larger world. And the language that was spoken was one that emerged naturally out of a common language. And so you can go to Orthodox churches in both. You can eat pidashki in both. The Russian language does quite well in all of the cities. In Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, I've only heard Ukrainian spoken once, naturally. Often now languages are kind of mixed. So one of the things that ties those countries together is that they're part of a common past. And one of the things about going to see them, you also see remarkable cities in both cases. And part of my responsibility is to not only talk about what brings them together, but what is it now that really is the challenge of the tensions between them? But I want to say something else about that. We know that travel can be dangerous, and people hear about conflict in Ukraine as not being safe. I have no concerns about personal safety when I'm in those settings. I'm smart, there are things I'll do cautiously, and I know we live in a world where you can be anywhere and things can happen. But I'm confident that in both countries I can show you what matters, and over 2 years, if you see them both, you'll have seen something pretty remarkable.